I still want those gnome shoes, though. Boop. Right, Benji? Bicycle. Swing around the corner. Yeah, I'm gonna let Benji play this one. He's better at this game than I am. Get him on the sticks. Oh, the Benji. Codex of Sacrifice. Bit early to take that. But if every floor after this we focus on taking a heart, we could have every word spell. It's a very dangerous gamble. We're going to be very low on health. I do love to gamble. Crap. It's gonna be fun having all the words. Plenty of time to sleep. What's going on, Pix? And how you doing, Ash? Welcome back, Ruark. Let's do something very dumb. Benji's been banned from every Smash Bros. Tournament in 5 countries. Live and drink for 2 1. A treat for Benji. Oh, he heard the word. Boop. Nom 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 nom. Alright, Benji, you distract them while I make a word of the day, because I forgot. They'll never know I'm all tabbing out to make the word of the day happen. They have no idea. Quick, Benji, give me a word. Alright. Your epidermis is your hair. Your word of the day is... Ghost Benji. Ghost Benji! Your hint is... this has to do with... fruit. 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 Some dark bread toasted and then spread with some Asian-inspired pan sauce. Thinly coated pork chop and cheddar on top and a couple baby dill pickles. That sounds great. My dad made dinner today, and he made... I actually don't know what it's called. but it's chicken thighs cut up, marinated in like Italian-inspired goo, along with olives, onions, and prunes, and then baked in the oven. It was very tasty. It was over rice. It has a name. I just don't know what it is. Alright, we have to get hearts, because... Oh my god, we got Word of Ice! Alright. I mean, that's all we wanted right there. But, like, we are mandated to get hearts now. Life's gonna be hard for us. All we have going for us is the fact that we have Word of Ice. Onions, olives, and prunes. Sound like you said bugles, but that's not. No, prunes. Power chicken. 25 health is gonna be real scary. The only thing to offset it is, like, we can do some fun stuff with our words. So that saves us 7 spell points in our quest, which is pretty good. Alright, Benji, we have to be real careful, buddy. Real careful, bud. Alright, it's only enemies. Don't climb on the keyboard right now, buddy. Benji, no! Just climbing up on top of me. Can I help you? Can I help you, buddy? What is it? Wow! What do you want? You just want to be where the keyboard is, huh? Cool. Benji's like, yeah, no, listen. You're not good enough at this game, but I am. Alright, Benji's gonna play. Benji, you handle it from here, alright? He's a good boy. Alright, I'm gonna play with just a mouse for a moment while he is dominating the keyboard area. Oh, the Benji boy. And then we buy a little time by doing this. I want to use my keyboard. Oh no. You can only do 3 damage, that's fine. So we just need the trees behind me to grow at just a fast enough rate to keep me safe. I'm getting a little concerned. You're not doing a great job. There we go. It's gonna be a weird one. Oh, that's not a lot of health. Benji, I'm scared. I'm scared, Benji. Oh boy. Oh boy, Benji. We're not gonna have health for a long time. No. This is the run. Simply no hit it. Like, we've done that already. I don't want to do it again. However, we did do it with Psychic Seedling last time, so... Bag of spikes would be pretty nice. Alright, Word of Undeath. If anything's undead, we don't cast it on the floor. And everything else loses half their max HP. So we got Living, Construct, and of course, just plain old Arcane. So we're good there. Yeah, get Kraft Jr. Beat him up. Get him. Eat the elbow. He was going after my wrist. Why does your health keep dropping? So I was mentioning it before, but the risky play we took was Codex of Sacrifice. When you complete a level, we will permanently lose 25 of our max health and gain a free copy of a word spell. So until I have every word spell, we're gonna be at 26 health as long as we have health on the floor to pick up. If we run out of health to pick up, like we get a floor, we get realm choices without any, we're in trouble. Too much stone fruit. Oh, stone fruit, you say? Actually, hold on. Let me check one thing real fast. I don't want to lead you down the wrong path. Stone fruit, you say? That's plum crazy. Absolute bananas. Hemo and Cryo are both aids. I stand on that rock. How are you today, Blue? Nice peach pear seltzer. Oh, yeah, the Benji. Hell yeah, Fig Newtons are great. The word spells are very powerful, so it is a good item, but taking it early is incredibly risky because we have less than our starting health. You start at 50, we're down to 26 now. Oh, I've already started this floor. Whoopsies. Let's Word of Undeath. Bringing everyone down to a very reasonable amount of health. Freeze everybody. Plant some trees.
What to do whenever anyone says the secret word, right? That's right! Scream real loud!
Try to keep our trees safe and alive. Alright. Didn't even need the bag. My Christmas tree farm is thriving. Very good. Easy peasy. Also, well done, 4-2-1. Back down to 1 hit point. We have Word of Chaos now, which is very nice. Alright, only 2 words left to go. If we could just get by 2 more floors, we could start accumulating real health. So you want me to be proud of my trees? Or you want me to be proud of you for being proud of your trees? Making me more of a grandfather in this situation. Either way, Milk, I'm so goddamn proud of you and these trees. They've ran our family for generations. Ain't that right, Benjamin? Ain't that right? Ain't that right, Benjamin? Alright. You're your own grandpa tree? It's a complicated family lineage, one I don't like to dwell upon. I think a lot about the worlds you leave full of gribbly trees as the dominant form of life. Don't we all? Don't we all? Alright, Ice Tap requires one more. And Psychic Fields requires... We're done if we want Psychic Fields. Actually, no. Parasitic Growth is what we want, right? Ooh. Alright, we can take Parasitic Growth now. And that'll leave us with one... On the next floor, we could start planting trees in everyone's brains. So we're definitely speeding up the process. Yeah. Okay. With that in mind, Word of Chaos. And then Word of Ice. Word of Undeath. Right? No one here is undead. Just want to be very clear on that. Alright, Word of Undeath. That unfortunately does affect my trees. I should make sure I don't do that too early. God damn you. Victory's already mine, fools. We Word of Chaos one of the spawners. Now, we really win. Bought us just enough time. However, seeing what we're doing, we're definitely gonna wanna crank that soldier boy a little bit. Alexa, no. Alexa, stop. We almost had bad music playing. Look outside. I believe that was sent my way recently, so yeah. That will probably be something we play in the near future. We got Word of Beauty, which heals me and my units. We're almost there. Alright, so first, I want Parasitic Growth. We basically infest them.
New orders Agent 47, Alexa, launch Night Rain.
I don't think Super Hobbit's around, and we're in the middle of getting him his broken save file. The cheater. The dirty cheater. I'm admittedly excited for him that we're going to set him up that way. You know, before I even go in there, we'll do this. Make sure nothing is undead. No undead. Perfect. How many relics can you have equipped? On a normal run, 3. If you're playing Deep of Night, 6. Alright, so let's open up with Word of Chaos. That'll basically finish the floor for us. And then we'll Undeath. Word of Ice. Ghosts. My babies! Bag of spikes. Can't help me with the ghost problem, but the witches are where the ghosts come from anyway. Word of Beauty. That'll help. Ooh, I'm poisoned. Poison's very scary. We want to be nowhere near pretty much anything. Word of Undeath first. Actually, the ghosts... No, they're temporary. It doesn't matter. Undeath. Followed by Beauty? No, I'll do Seedlings first. Alright. Now. Chaos. Word of Ice. Alright, my tree-based security system's in place. I got Word of Madness. When we get Word of the Bird, we'll be so powerful. What's going on, Opportunity Drive? How are ya? I haven't had a chance to get to the new build yet, but I'm looking forward to it. It's been family time recently. What ya, Benji? But it was nice seeing my grandparents yesterday. To look at the exploits. There's a lot of really neat stuff in 3. I'm very excited for it. Alright. We have the engine online on floor 6. That's pretty good. Icy Cruciform definitely has a home here. But like we might want to consider just getting hearts because we have 26 health. Oh, but it's a good floor. Alright, before we commit to it, let's just confirm nothing here is undead. Alright. You know what? We're gonna do this floor. Alright, what's the range on Psychic Seedling? You know, I could just be near a spawner. That solves the problem. Like, I don't want to be so close that, lightning slimes are leaping at me immediately. I want a couple of minutes to set up. Damn, that's a big radius. Alright, right here should be fine. So first, we do word of... You know what? Word of undeath first. Then word of ice. And then psychic seedling, which planted a seed in everyone's brains. And word of chaos, getting us our full grown trees. Oh yeah. Christmas is here. The parasite forest is lovely this time of year. Tired of having to sell my Christmas trees individually, I now infest my customers with Christmas trees. That way they just birth them. Cut out the middleman. You made The Last of Us. Gold Toxin, Dark Flame, the Dynamo, Silver Melt, Tree Lord? We are a bit of a Tree Lord here, aren't we? Like, we only have one nature spell, but I kind of like the idea of having that Tree Lord staff. And it's a good level for us. This is too much, game. You're being too nice to me. We're bringing back the druidic roots of some of the Christmas stuff. That's why we need the Tree Lord staff. Alright, so word of... Whoa. Let's not word of undeath on this particular floor. We'll just word of ice. Living Sequel, thank you very much for the follow and welcome to the Shake the Box family. Very happy to have you here. You like Rift Wizard? Be cool if you got a tree for every monster that gets brain treed. If it count as a cast, that would be amazing, and we would, but I don't think it counts as a cast of the spell, unfortunately. But that'd be really good. It would count as a minion being summoned, and there are probably some ways that we can play with that. Like, if we can get Jar of Quicksilver and the North Pole, then we could do some wacky stuff, too. Word of Ice. Trees for everyone's brains. Word of Chaos. Hi. How kind of you to be in front of me. Word of Madness, baby. Fight each other. Trees. Now, word of beauty, you will harm the undead minions on the floor too, so that'll be handy. I might take Lord of the Word as my first skill after Ice Tap. Just because we have so much word value here. Oh yeah. I see trees of green. Permanence value? Crackle Void would be very nice. Permanence would be very nice. Alright, it's gonna be a fight between my trees and this nonsense. Shaking my head. Why permanence? Almost all of the words have a duration that we could extend. We can make Word of Ice last longer, Word of Chaos last longer, Word of Madness last longer, Word of Beauty last longer. The only one without a duration that we would play with there is Word of Undeath. These polar bears are getting close. Oh, wait a minute. All the skeletons are dead. Word of Undeath. Venom Spit? Oh, yeah. Pretty sure I win in this particular exchange. My God. Hold on. Where is Rift Wizard in my sounds here? Just if we're gonna be hearing this, I want to make it a little quieter. Ah, much better. Alright, our seedlings are Arcane, Nature, Conjuration, Enchantments. Visual representation of the spread of brain rot over the internet. If you squint, you can actually see the trees are forming a series of 6s and 7s, which I'm sure is unrelated. So we need Jar of Troll Blood just for the coloring. Like I want to get some green in there, and then we'll truly have some good Christmas colors going on. Jar of Embers as well for a bit more red, but they're already kind of red, you know? Those pots, they look suspiciously like toilets. So I mentioned Michael Bay earlier. That actually ties in. Isn't Michael Bay the one that's going to make the Skibidi Toilet movie experience? I love anytime someone doesn't know that Skibidi Toilet will be a movie franchise. I like being the one to break that news. A winter crowd. Right here. Did you do it on purpose? Did you know we were going to talk about Skibidi Toilet? I feel like I have to take the winter crowd. I know I said I needed health. Alright, good. It's a bad level. We're not going there. We're safe. I don't have to worry about taking the winter crown. This, on the other hand, this looks fine. Slime and blood, living, dark, but not undead. Boop boo doo. Word of undeath. Word of ice. Can't help but notice some of you didn't play by the rules. Oh, that's right! Ice Tap will count as individual casts. Ooh. That's pretty good. Let's stun everybody. Shuffle them around. Go, my tree babies. That's right, living sequel. Michael Bay, if I remember correctly, optioned the rights for it, and he will be making a movie. At this point, I'm too afraid to ask. There we go, we're back to having one more health point than our starting value here at Realm 9. But you can see why. Like, if you see an early Codex of Sacrifice, it's a little scary because you will have less than your starting health for a while. But getting all of the words this early is incredibly powerful. It's a good trade-off. It's quite strong. The option to the movie rights to Skibbity Toilet saddens me. No, embrace it. Embrace it. Maybe it'll be amazing. Honestly, like, the question I have, and I'm sure someone actually has an answer, like, this is not like a rhetorical question. Someone could tell me the answer. Skibbity Toilet is a YouTube video series that uses Half-Life 2 assets via Source Filmmaker, and now it has like a toy line and apparel, and there's going to be movies, but like, aren't those images owned by Valve? Like, it's the G-Man head popping out of a toilet. It's they're all like Half-Life 2 models. I imagine they changed them for the toys. I haven't looked to pay attention enough. But like, how does that work? Does Gabe Newell sitting atop his Giga yacht that has smaller yachts inside of it just like, whatever, I don't give a shit. I don't care if it's the best movie of the century to date, I will not watch it. Out of principle, huh? Yeah, that's what I'm saying, Brewhark. Like, people have been making tons of videos using Gary's mod since day one. Yes, yes, but again, the key component to that is, if I want to sit down and make a video for YouTube and put it on YouTube, that's fine. But I don't think I could sell a toy of the G-Man just because I put his head into a toilet. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, non-commercial use, as per Brewhark there. They would retain the asset rights. I'm very confused. Because, like, you can make parody videos, you could do a lot of stuff, you could even make ad revenue off of those things, but that's a gray zone, and technically they could ask you to stop. Nintendo infamously will try to shut down channels a lot for that kind of stuff, unless you're part of their stupid program. But this is an interesting one, because it's using all of Valve's assets, started as a free thing on YouTube, but now they're selling toys and are making a movie. Like, that's where things get weird for me. So I'm just curious, like, did they change the models up for the toys? Does it no longer look like the G-Man? I could easily Google this, I just haven't. These are bad floors for us, unfortunately. An established increment that's considered fair use? Maybe. Like, again, things get weird because technically when, like, I stream a video game, because I am providing commentary and I am engaging with the content in a meaningful way, it is quote-unquote transformative. It is not just me uploading a product, I am changing the product, and, like, that's where the fair use stuff comes into play. The Skibidi Toilet Guys got DMCA'd by the creators of Gary's Mod. That raises even more questions! That's yet more confusing. Because Gary's Mod is also just a bunch of Valve assets. I regret my reroll a little bit. Oh, the other way around? That's stupid. Why? That makes me not like them. Like, before I was ambivalent. Like, I don't care if you're making dumb videos. I love dumb videos. Anonymous is, like, one of my favorite YouTube content creators of all time. What is this run? Psychic Seedling in mono words? We're a Christmas tree farm? Thank you very much, Sally. The first thing I picked up in this run was Codex of Sacrifice on floor 2. The fact I'm still alive is shocking to me. But the words are just that strong. Alright, before I commit to a landing zone, I should spend some of these points. Let's see. In the arcane department, psychic seedlings are... Actually, wait a minute. Psychic seedling gains 1 damage. Oh, no, I know what we want for our first thing. Void Lord. Currently, they're taking 1 damage a turn. We want them to take 9 damage a turn. Good golly. If we look at enchantments, we can do 40% damage and a bit more duration. We want to find some enchanting daggers too. Been watching this guy on YouTube play Silq, which I haven't heard of until recently. Speaking of Isengard, what's Silq? All right, let's grab Void Lord. That way our brain babies do a lot more damage. The only problem is now we have to do it on a floor where we don't have great line of sight. We want to hit as many things as possible. I think this cluster here might be our best bet. Here we go, this is pretty good. That gets us 3, 6. Is 6 the best we could do? I think it is. Based on the Similarion, an old school roguelike. If someone could post that in the Discord for me, I would love to take a look at it. Alright, Brewhark is doing the Lord's work here. So the Skibidi Toilet fraudsters, that's right, I'm gonna call them fraudsters from now on after seeing that DMCA thing with Gary's Mod, because fuck that. These fraudsters didn't buy a license or any kind of rights from Valve. Instead, they are claiming that their character has the body of a toilet and is therefore an entirely new creative work, and cannot be considered the same for the purposes of trademark or copyright. If I took Mickey Mouse and I turned his body into a toilet, and I released it as Skibidi Mickey, I don't I don't think that would fly. Yeah, copyright, not copy rights. This upsets me. They can claim all kinds of shit. Oh yeah, Milk, if you want to post a link, you gotta pass it to a mod or someone with a gem next to their mind. I was going with that as a word joke, as in, like, they're just writing their own new rules there. Either way, that's dumb, and it makes me angry. Yeah. Oh, these fleshbound ones are gonna be a bummer. It's fleshbound all the way down. I have 2 teleporters, though. Could make a toilet Steamboat Willie. There you go. Valve has got on record saying they support it. If it were Disney or Nintendo, they'd definitely lower up. As long as his official merch doesn't use G-Man. Gabe doesn't care. So that's what... That was, like, the crux of my question was... Essentially, does Valve just not care? Because, again, Gabe is sitting on a yacht the size of a continent. I don't think he necessarily gives a shit about people making fun stuff with their properties. But you also answered the other question, which is... It's not allowed to use G-Man, so, like, I imagine they just tweak the model a little bit for toys and such. Okay. Let's Word of Madness as well, so that way they slap each other around a little bit. And you guys are demons, correct? Nope, just fire and blood. Oh, Word of Madness is arcane, so I have extra casts of it. I'm concerned about all the fleshbounds. Yeah, he's gonna be in Half-Life 3. It's G Mandela, thank you. May have been a bad floor to come to. Yeah, things are getting a little dicey down there. Thank you very much, Martin. I mean, worst case scenario, I might have to drink a potion. Alright, we got a foothold down here. And as long as this spawner dies, I'll feel a lot better. Come on, hit the spawner! You little jerks. You just couldn't hit the spawner. Alright. I think it might be time for me to blow this popsicle stand. Or is it? Let's actually do something else first. If I can get just a couple of spots forward, just 3 spots forward? Yeah, that works. One, 2, 3. There we go, and then we'll go ahead and do chaos. I hate that I had to use a potion, but... And you're just doing AoE damage right now, right? Yeah. Okay, they're infected. And no one's undead, so let's just cut your stupid health in half. Wait, no. Yeah, all living units lose half their maximum HP. So you have 90... down to a more manageable 32. Much better. If I could avoid teleporting, I would love to avoid teleporting. Oh yeah, we're good. Just a couple of trees now. As long as the Valve assets are used within the source engine, they don't care. Same with free assets from the Unreal Engine marketplace. Free to use as long as they're in the Unreal Engine. Okay. Like, all of this made perfect sense to me right up until they announced that they were releasing toys into stores, and that Michael Bay spent a lot of money to get the movie rights for this stuff. And that's when I was like, what? How does that work? Because again, it's like, this isn't your stuff. You're just adapting it. You're using it. Obviously, we don't want to use Word of Undeath on this floor at all. Yeah, I'd be curious to see what happens going forward. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if it's very cut and dry and, like, Gabe's like, yeah, no, this is fine. Just change the model. I can do 25 damage to all undead, which is an amount, sure. Ooh, okay. If I wait a turn before I start doing the work, everyone will make a phylactery. I read that they use new character models for things like the Fortnite deal, so technically they don't use the Valve assets. Then again, apparently they stole Ultra Kill assets for the Tora line, so who the fuck knows? Like, when I started seeing that they were doing crossovers, those at least, like, I saw the Fortnite like announcement, and that didn't look like the G-Man anymore, so I assumed what they were doing was just changing it up. But again, the fact that they did a DMCA against Gary's mod makes me just... I don't like them now. Instinctually, I just don't trust them as people anymore. There we go. That's a lot of things that will turn into trees immediately. I'll do Word of Beauty. Which is bad for my trees, admittedly, but does hurt my enemies. And then Word of Chaos. No, almost did on death. Word of Chaos. Oh, yeah. It was a misunderstanding. Did it stop hundreds of sites from reporting on it, though? The news cycle, especially for entertainment, is garbage, though. It's a healthy ghost. Resistant to physical, half resistant to ice. No wonder it's taken me ages to kill this thing. Let the trees gun them down. I like how fast we got this engine online. Word of Wind could be fun. I mean, like, at this point, we might as well start updating some of our word spells. All other living units take 36 poison damage. 36 poison damage, not bad. Or we can give some of our trees the Undeath modifier for Ghostly. Ooh, we can give some of our trees Lichdom. Chaos Spirits might be fun. Starting to like the idea of going with, like... we give, some of our trees Lichdom, we give some of our trees Infernal boss modifiers. No longer heals enemies, auto recast. And just summon a bunch of stuff. 11 spell points. We're finally over 100 health. I know, I'm shocked too, buddy. I'm surprised too, Benji. Oh my god, he's so cute. Adorable little gremlin. Who's a good boy? Oh, that's right. Scratching your ear. Oh, that's the good stuff. I'll reroll. What would normally be a upsetting floor will go by pretty quick, I think. There is some arcane resistance in the group. This one will go quick. Slime and Blood, Living Nature Dark, Arcane. So these are immune to the arcane damage, but that's okay. Ba-da-da. Maybe we give them Venom Spit to deal with the arcane immune friends. I still have 7 left. Word speaker only costs 5, so I think I want to grab that too. Just having more casts of these will be good. And maybe some Crackle Void. That way, if something's immune to Arcane, they can still take the lightning from their buddies nearby. Yeah, let's do it. I want the poison, but I'm only gonna have to deal with... It is a large thing to deal with, though, isn't it? Worst case scenario, we Aether Dagger. We'll invest in, Twilight Gaze with Arcane Gaze in the future. That's just 9 spell points away. Hello, everybody! Freeze! You dick. He just had to go and die. Very inconsiderate of you. Freeze again. Yeah. No one here is actually undead, so... I should have done that first. Let's just not do it then. I don't want to cut my poor tree's health in half. Let's chaos them. Death Chiller is, thank God, far away. Go, my Christmas minions! Alright, the trees can't kill the big man, but the other trees can. My living Christmas trees. Well, this is just gonna be awkward. Nine damage? What I'm hearing here is if I take a nice Conjure Dagger, I could do a lot more damage. This is very silly. Alright, at this point, I'm sorry, trees, but... because this guy has 3,000 health. There we go, 1,700 health. 800 health. There, 400 health, a lot more manageable. Damn it. The rate at which it fills them up. Alright, whatever. I think I'm just on the edge here. Come on, just let me... Pointless to even try. No, I trapped myself. No! Don't grow. Whoa. Clicked off the window. Oh. Alright, I can finally reach him. Go, my tree babies. Oh yeah, this mess definitely does finicky things. Whew. That was getting a little rough. Alright. 4 spell points. Well, thank you for your concern, buddy. He's a good boy. Rub the druids might be nice. Nope, never mind. Well, you know what? Hold on. I will freeze them all immediately. This is actually a kind of easy floor now that I think about it. Every dragon will die instantly. All the slimes will be frozen. I think this is an easy floor. Alright, and then we'll Word of Undeath. 5 health. Frozen for 3 more turns, do it again. 3 health, 10 health. 1 more time. Ooh. Just a beautiful floor. For my own benefit. I want that for later. Hello, hello. Alright. Dark Demon, Dark Living, Dark Nature, Dark Ice. Dispersion Field, Flame Gate, Vampiric Gaze. Now, Vampiric Gaze. That's an interesting solution for a problem. Cthulhu, what's going on? A bolt from each ally dealing 6 dark damage. Like, if we convert everything on the floor into a Christmas tree, then we have them shoot our enemies. This kind of just does the work. We don't need to worry about finding anything particular as much. The only complication is these frost spew guys are going to be immune to being frozen. Their ice ball has a range of 4. Their crossbow has a 16 range. As long as we're outside of the frost ball range, I'm okay. You've been playing Europa Universalis 5? 100 hours in! You just finished your first learning run. Nice. I'm glad you're having a good time. I think right here? No, these guys are gonna fuck up my day. God damn it. There's like no ideal starting point. I think here might be the best bet. Just enough time to get it going. So Word of Ice, I'm gonna get shot a little bit. Nothing here was undead. So let's cut their health in half. Cut their health in half. Psychic Seedling. And then Chaos. How goes it, word speaker? It's going well. What I should have done before starting this run is got into the files and changed the colors of Psychic Seedling to make it look more like a Christmas tree, but that's okay. We can all use our imagination. You do get treants for each mob you seed. So, it's not so much that each one that hatches I'm getting one, but because Ice Tap counts as an individual cast on every frozen enemy in line of sight, I'm getting one for each one that I plant. It doesn't matter that they're, like, hatching, it's the planting. So yeah, we get one per. They count as individual casts. I mean, since we're here, what other arcane spells might be fun for us to cast on frozen people? I've done Ice Vortex before, that's a lot of fun. Wizard, Summon Wizard's has been fixed? Patched, if you will, so we can't make a wizard army anymore. Underworld Passage with the upgrade that makes a hole. It's a good one. I wish Moonglaive could target an individual. That would be very funny. Ice upgrade on Annihilate. Ooh! The Arcane and Ice upgrade, right? It's Assured Destruction? No. It's, Comprehensive. Oh yeah, it's Dark and Arcane, not Ice and Arcane. Gotta think of what can become. Yeah, I have trouble remembering. I always long for a search bar that works like the Armchair Wizard. If you do it via a cart, yeah, that's right. Cantrip Cascade. We can make 1,000,000 Moonglaives that way. It's not all in the spirit of Christmas, but that's okay, because like we're gonna run out of things to buy in the not too distant future. So our Psychic Seedlings are benefiting from our Arcane things we've already grabbed in the Nature department. We can give them more bullets. 7 minion damage would be pretty sweet. Like, they're only doing 3 at the moment. We're doing more damage when they're seeds than when they're born. So yeah, Nature Lord's a big upgrade for us. Let's grab that. I should have looked ahead first. That's the rule. I've established that rule many times. I always break it, though. Minion health. Icy Cruciform. We already have one. I know the minion damage wouldn't work. Because the minion damage is coming from minions, it's not our spells. However, Psychic Seedling is doing damage. Pix, you caught up to where I am, right? Your initial thought is, you learn your lesson. You know, you have a run that falls apart because minion damage doesn't count. But, like, it has a damage attribute. We're doing 12 damage a turn on multiple minions. It might work. What do you think, Opportunity? Would it work? Like, it would cast it for every 4. Is it better than 20 treants, though? That's the question. I wish we had a miniaturization shrine. Right now, I'm just curious. Like, this is academic at the moment. The question, Opportunity, is if I were to pick up Star Blesser, for every 40 damage dealt to enemies with arcane spells, we cast Heavenly Blast. So Psychic Seedling, the trees themselves, their damage wouldn't proc it, but when we plant the brains, when we plant seeds in their brains, they're taking 12 arcane damage per turn for 27 turns. That should work, right? I think it's better than treants because each turn, if it procs the wand, we'll get multiple casts. Any trees that are planted will be healed by the beams. All right, I might take Star Blesser if the level looks good. Star Blesser is one of my favorites. All right, this is like one of the worst possible things for us, though. Twilight Gaze looking pretty good here. Unfortunately, it requires 9 spell points for us to debuff the arcane minions. With our Vampiric Gaze, though, if we can get a few trees on online, we'll be okay. The opening move, I think, might be... The Heavenly Blast will kill the swimmers, mostly. Only 6 things in line of sight to start with here. But I can do it multiple times, so I don't need to worry that much. So let's shuffle them around and see if we can get better line of sight. Yep, that is better wording. Better line of sight. Freeze them up. Plant some seeds. All right. And nothing here is undead either. So let's also shave some health off. And then Vampiric Ace. That'll clear out some problems. We're to Chaos again. Vampiric Gaze. Alright, Star Swimmer. Firing squad, take aim. Take him down. Delightful. Back up to 10 spell points. I've gotten my nature, I've gotten my arcane. In the conjuration department, not that important. I think it counts as a hex. We could take hex specialist too. And if we can get a enchanting dagger, that'll really mess them up. Fate Malevolence would also work. Void Spikes are on my list. The other one that's on my list is, of course, we're freezing everybody, so Shattering Shards would probably go pretty hard. The only problem with Shattering Shards is, because it's a radius and it does physical damage, it will unfreeze a lot of stuff that I want to keep frozen. Like, I want to infest everyone's brains, but occasionally, with Shatter Shards, if one guy, like, someone has AoE fire, or you have the little volcanic turtles, like, they can cause a chain reaction that unfreezes everyone before you plant your seeds. So it's very strong, but I might not want it. That is a very easy floor. I don't really want those stabs. Let's portal key here. Again, not really looking to have these items. Of course, there's an enchanting dagger on a floor I don't want to do. Let's reroll, be greedy. Easy floor. Master Time would be nice, but that's not a great floor for us. Mooncrown is holy minions. I think it's purple crystal? One of them's arcane minions, and our trees are arcane minions, right? Yeah. Ooh, that'd be a nice one. This is, not a great floor. But not a terrible floor either. And silken sandals would be nice. Alright, so we have that floor. What was the other floor that looked alright? This was a bad reroll. Alright, this one. This one looks good. Flaming Skull, Furnace Fiend. None of these are very Christmassy. Guess the Reapers Ghost of Christmas Past. We could make that claim. Ugh, a lot of arcane resistance here. This is a doable floor. They must be purged. Get rid of them. I meant the rewards. The rewards weren't very Christmassy. As long as I could see them all and reach one of them. Furnace Column to roast those chestnuts. It was a Furnace Fiend. One, two, three. Ugh. Doo-doo, doo-doo, doo-doo. Not a lot of health left. Not a lot of health left. Oh, hey, buddy. Where to chaos again? Oh god. That's right, they had clarity. Become tree. And you're arcane immune, aren't you? Both of you are. Take him down. Oh, you've got to be kidding me. Ultimate Troubler teleported and murdered me. He has so much damage. No, it was such an easy, good run. Why? My greed. My greed. Oh, there's a Benji present. There's a Benji present. All I had to do, of course, was just drink a potion, word of beauty. Christmas is canceled. Alright, we'll make ourselves feel better with a Benji. I mean, we got the idea of that run. It was a good run. I liked it. I'm open to other, like, holiday run ideas. Halloween's so much easier. Are you sleepy? Too sleepy for a treat? No, you're not too sleepy. Oh no. Such a good boy. Such a good boy. What a good boy. What a good boy. If only I could go back in time and just be like, yeah, word of beauty. Just keep myself topped off at my incredible 101 health. But never turn up an early Codex of Sacrifice. It's scary, but it's so powerful. And it makes this very early. Usually this takes a while. Like, if you want to get this up and off the ground... We shaved off 7 spell points, right? Because we didn't have to buy Word of Ice. And then we had a lot of stall on top of that, which means we didn't have to worry about other spells. So yeah, we were able to get this, like, doing the job very early. And then we threw it! Right in the goddamn dumpster, because Troubler. 32 damage. How much damage does he do? Oh, he's not gonna be in here because I'm on a different computer. That's lame. So Ultimate Troubler's not gonna be in here, right? Oh no, nope, that's Ultimate Mind Devour. I wanna know how much damage. Garbage Day! What's going on, buddy? Oh. Using me as a pillow. What a good boy. Three by 9 arcane hits. Ah. Do. Good boy. All right. A little stinky dude. There he is. This is why it's so hard to get anything done. Yep. Whenever he's sleepy, the blepping. The tongue just hangs out. And of course, I am his favorite pillow, so... hard to get stuff done sometimes. Gee, sweet little angel. You're a pigeon. What a good boy. Good boy. Alright, that was our Christmas tree experience. Do 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 do.